Scene 1, take 1. Hello, my name is Chris Burnett and I've got over 35 years experience in the electrical industry. And through a series of short videos like this, I'd like to try and impart some of that knowledge and experience, and hopefully you'll find some of it useful. Right, so first of all, what I've got here and about to unbox is Schneider Electric's Acti9 Isobar P. This particular unit is the single phase version, and they have a 3-phase version for industrial applications and the commercial markets. Schneider Electric also produce the Acti9 for the domestic market, which I'm hoping to review in a little video. Let's get this thing open and out. So what we've come across here is the installation leaflet, which, as you can see, is quite comprehensive, so that'll be quite useful. Okay, not to state the obvious, this is a metallic enclosure, so that will obviously complies with the latest BS 7671 electrical wiring regulations. At first glance, it's got a nice sturdy catch on here on the front cover, and it looks very well made, very robust. So, and as you can see, Schneider Electric on this label are advertising their 5-year warranty, so this thing is built to last, and it looks like it will. There's also another useful label on here, and this particular one's got screw torque settings, so the values in that table will be very useful for when you tighten your connections, screws on your protective devices, so as not to over tighten them or eliminate the chance of any loose connections, which could lead to a fault and perhaps even a fire. We of course mark up a circuit schedule for this and identifying the circuits that your protective devices are protecting as normal. Little bag of bits and pieces, which is probably useful. The main enclosure itself, externally it has an ingress protection rating of IP3X. Internally there is IP2X barrier protection, so once all the modules and connections are made in there, then that'll provide that level of protection. Not forgetting you need to maintain your IP4X rating on your top horizontal surface when you bring your cables in there, so as not to leave any holes or any gaps where perhaps something could fall in or somebody could stick a finger in there. Okay, so taking a look at this, as you can see, it looks quite different to sort of your standard distribution board or consumer unit. The reason being is this particular module is the new mounting platform from Schneider Electric, and this is quite unique to them. It will accommodate their new plug-on neutral PON RCBOs, so the protective device RCBOs, it will accommodate traditional ones, and it's also compatible with all Acti9 Isobar solutions. The actual new device, the new PON plug-on neutral RCBO, will eliminate the need to have the blue neutral pigtail, which allows the device to operate correctly. That's all built in there. The functional earth, of course, which is the white sort of cream cable, separate cable, which has to be accommodated on normal RCBOs, is not required. That's all built in as well. So, and I'm going to demonstrate one of those devices to you shortly. Okay. Like I say, it will take the standard RCBO with the blue and white cable, but by eliminating them, there's lots of advantages to that. It improves the installation time for one. It's also very safe. There's going to be less connections, of course, and cables and cabling, any chance of any cabling errors, and eliminating any chance of a loose neutral as well, of course. And sort of from a painter's point of view, there's no need to dress the cables in, so again that's going to reduce the installation time. Okay, there's less cables, less connections, therefore it's much neater and tidier installation. And when you're actually building this thing up off-site, assembly, the time for that's actually reduced considerably. Okay, so let's get one of the modules. What we have here is a double pole main switch. As you can see, it's 125 amp, this particular one, and it fits in here quite easily onto the mounting platform. I just need to position it in place, push down, and I'm going to tighten up these connections. Once I've got it in position now, so I'm just going to tighten the line and neutral connections. If this thing needs to come out at a later date, it's quite easy to remove. There is, you would obviously slacken the connections off, and there's the yellow pull down locator there, which will release the module itself. Yeah. What I have here is a 32 amp RCBO, and this particular one does have the blue pigtail and the functional earth, and this module will fit in there quite easily. Again, kind of position it in place and push down straight away. Just going to tighten the connection up on that. Remember that this will accommodate all of Schneider Electric's devices. What we've got here, as you can see, there's a little brown clip at the top there, and what really useful this has is that it will cover the connection point on the device. It secures it in place there, as you can see, and provides that level of protection covering that connection. And again, it's got the yellow mounting clip on the bottom if that needs to be released. Now, traditionally you would dress this neutral and functional earth and connect that up accordingly. But what we do have is one of Schneider Electric's new RCBOs, which this mounting platform is specifically made for. So this has the ability to use a plug-on neutral functionality on this mounting platform. And as you can see, there's less cables to connect up. It plugs in quite easily, exactly the same. And we would tighten that up. And again, you could use your torque screwdriver, which I'm not using in this instance, but you could torque those settings down and check on the label on the front cover that you've got the correct torque settings. Again, we can move the brown protective cover over the connection there, and that will obviously help hold it in place as well. And the thing is, with this one, like I say, there is no blue neutral and no functional earth to connect in there. One thing as well that I want to mention, that I'm going to cover in a little video, is this particular little device, and this is Schneider Electric's power tag, and like I said, I'm going to cover this in a later video, but this really does add some level of connectivity to these installations, and it gives us quite a unique, if you like, set of information that we can get off this installation, but like I said, I'll cover that in a later date. So essentially, you would obviously put your mains power into this. If you have got these RCBOs with the neutral and the functional earth, dress those cables in accordingly, and while you're in your neutral and your earth connections on the earth bar there. Whereas, like I said, the new plug-on neutral doesn't require that, so that does save a lot of installation time. Quite a useful unit, really nice, neat and compact and sturdy and well built, so I have a lot of confidence in that, and can highly recommend them. So if you do get the opportunity to use one of these, then I would recommend that you do. Finally, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or any questions, and hopefully I look forward to doing some more of these videos.